All right, guys, good morning to you. Today I'm going to talk about a very important value, ethics, or a very important characteristic, which is politeness. Politeness is somewhat underrated, somewhat reflected as some soft characteristics. But I'm going to show you today, explain to you today how powerful is this particular thing called politeness. Now let's get right into the topic. Michael Franzi. Have you all heard about him? See, Michael Franzi is the real life godfather. Godfather is mob, mafias. He's the real life godfather in US. So during his peak time, he brought in around 1 million USD every week to his family. So that's quite a high intense profile. So when I was listening to his interview, one of the most you see, as a mob or as a mafia, it's normal for you to go in and out jail. All of us know that. But during his interview, he said one of the most important lesson which is taught to him by his mentor, which is his father, a bigger mafia. He said that never forget to use these 3 words, which is I'm sorry, please, and excuse me. It seems according to them, you can be whoever you want to be outside in the world outside there. You can be the richest person, you can be the most dangerous person. But once you go into jail, you got to follow certain rules in the jail. So I was blown away when I heard this, His father, a mafia, taught him that use these 3 words. I'm sorry, please, and excuse me. Okay? That's basically politeness. Now let's pick on the next case scenario. Robert O'Neill's. Robert O'Neill's is the guy who shot Osama bin Laden. He's a high-profile officer, high-profile Navy officer, one of the best snipers. So during an interview also, when I was watching his interviews, he said one of the great lessons taught to him by his mentor, who was a greater sniper, was use please, use sorry. Now, this both case scenario literally blew my mind away, guys. So these are the guys who move around in the world in the corridor of power. These are the guys where their job scope is to be rough, tough, and pull the trigger. And it was weird for me that their mentors taught them to be polite. Isn't it, weird? So because I realized that their mentors knew that if you move around the world with your nose up in the air, you'll be dead in no time. Okay? Now let's come to us right now. When was the last time we said sorry to someone? When was the last time we said please to someone? So I'm going to address 2 main groups here. Dear corporate people, corporate folks, just because we are in some high position, the position of authority, doesn't mean that we can be rude to others. Our position can be replaced in no time. Now, another group of people is dear spiritual folks. Now, this is a classic one. See, just because we are moving in the presence of God, divinity, spirituality, touching people's life, doing massive projects, doesn't mean that we can rude to be others. Now, spiritual dudes are smart, because when they go outside the world, to the world, very polite. They're very polite, humble, and divine. But when they are in the organization or in the people with their peers, they're quite rude sometimes, and they're also sarcastic. So folks, just because we are in the spiritual fold doesn't mean that we can be rude to others. So all I can say is one thing: politeness is one of the most powerful character that anyone could adapt to. Politeness is still one of the most sexiest thing in the world. So remember one thing: God is watching you. Alright? That's about it, folks. Politeness for you. Take care.